Now that we have our designs of our illuminated letters finished, we are going to begin metal tooling. The first thing we are going to do is get our piece of copper and place our design right directly on top, and then we're going to tape it. And it's important how you tape it. You want to tape it so that you can flip your design up and down, so you don't want to tape the corners. You want to put your tape right in the middle, line it up with the top, and just fold it down. This way, as you're working and tracing your design, you can flip it up and check to see how it's transferring. Okay? Once you have that, you're going to put a nice thick pad of newspaper down on your work surface, and this will cushion it a little bit. And we're going to get started. I'm going to take this wooden skewer and I'm going to start tracing my lines, and you can check and see how it's come through. So now that I know how much pressure to put on, I'm going to go through and just trace all my lines on this side. Now that I've gotten the outline done, I'm going to show you how to add texture by flipping it back and forth to have some things popping forward. So all these polka dots, I want to have poking forward towards me instead of receding into the background. So I'm going to flip it onto the back, and I'm going to use this poking tool, and I'm just going to use the circle that it has, and by pressing out, I can have the polka dot pattern come forward. I'm going to continue to work with this by flipping it back and forth and punching some things forward and some things backwards. I'm going to start by pressing in on these triangle shapes, and I also can use a smaller tool. You can see in this how these are going back, and now that kind of puffs this part out. I think I want to push some of this back in. So the most important part of this is just to keep flipping it back and forth and adding as many different textures and patterns as you can, and getting some to recede and some to pop out. So just remember, keep flipping back and forth and just have fun with it. Also, make sure your design has filled the whole space. If you get yours back and you don't have as many markings filling the whole sheet, then you can add that while you're tooling, or you can go ahead and take a few minutes and draw it with pencil before you begin. Go ahead and go for the traditional black here. Just going to rub it in and let it sit for a bit. I'm going to use a little bit of steel wool. Just remember to be careful of the edges. It can be sharp, and I'm starting in the middle and working towards the end just to keep the end from sticking on the steel wool. Alright, there we go, and that way it just shows a little more of the, just makes it pop out a little bit more.